very helpful and very interesting for Latin America as a forum for us to exchange experiences, challenge one another.
I came to LATAM because I wanted to introduce ourselves and our large audience to a group of advertisers and other technology partners.
Listening to President Fox.
We are the team responsible for putting this on, but for tonight, the drinks have been graciously hosted by the wonderful people from Sony Pictures, International Television, and the fabulous people from A&E. Can I please hear a round of applause?
So Gaston.
Yes, sir.
What was your favourite part of the day? What was your favourite speaker, favourite panel discussion? What did you enjoy?
I think the starting point with Twitter guy, Biz, was really inspiring. I mean, for most of the market that maybe they don't know story about Twitter, right? The detail of Twitter, how it started, that actually started as an SMS company, right?
Yeah, and the technologist was actually a guy who was familiar with doing messaging for ambulances and dispatch riders. So it was that understanding of the technology that kind of created Twitter. I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, and I think the balance between one guy that just dropped a college, and then you have, making, building the dream, and then a guy that ran a country with all the political aspects of running the country.
Yeah.
I think you had two different.
Yeah, that was good.
Also
on the Twitter, Bizstone's presentation, I didn't know that Biz said that they literally dropped names in a hat, and one of the ideas was to call the business Jitter, but they pulled out Twitter instead. And actually, one of the things that he alluded to, he talked about Twitter being the facilitator to help consumers move naturally like a flock of birds in flight, so people can coordinate their activities and act like a coordinated single network of individuals. So I don't know whether he picked up on it, but Twitter and tweeting kind of must have linked, and it links with the image of birds, but he never actually mentioned that.
No.
But that idea of helping consumers move like a flock of birds in their actions due to Twitter, he'd never really touched upon, but it must have been in his subconscious.
So what about you? What did you like the most today?
Well, Bizstone was very great to see somebody who's created a business like that, a potentially game-changing company from the inside. So I thought it was a great way to start the day. I enjoyed your panel, and I enjoyed Alexander Hohagen's kind of summary of what was going on from Google's point of view in Latin America. It was really, really good. Vicente Fox, just to bring somebody, I think the thing is about bringing a president who's run a major democracy and being the first democratic leader of a major powerful nation. I think when you've done that, you mix with other presidents, and that affects you, it changes you. And he had the charisma of somebody who's been immensely powerful. And it's just great to hear someone who has that sort of perspective on the world. But yet he was still very down to earth. I thought when he said, what are your issues with Fidel Castro? And he said, I just don't like the guy.
I think it was very natural, right?
Very natural. It was good.
And what would you add to what we did today?
One of the criticisms that a few people have said today is that they felt it's a little bit like a digital conference. And I've thought, well, we might want to think about that, but ultimately, at the end of the day, everything is so fundamentally changing into digital anyway that you can't really help it sound like a digital conference. So that's one thing maybe we've got to think about. I thought that Venki, who's the VP of Global Communications for Diageo, it was really good to have him, and making that presentation with Facebook I thought was very powerful. Maybe we should have had one or two more global CMOs or VPs of communications or media globally to give the delegates a little bit more insight in how global marketers think. Maybe for next time.
Let me tell you something about the delivery of what we promise to people. We promise to sponsors, we promise to marketeers. I think that we have been able to deliver, and I'll tell you why. Getting the people together. This was not a Miami discussion. this was a regional discussion.
Yeah.
I seen lots of people from Brazil, from Mexico, from Argentina, from Central America, the publishers. Almost 600 people gathered here for the conversation. We delivered and we put Miami alive.